There's one key thing about scaling that's absolutely essential to businesses, and that is being adaptable. Now, adaptability is something that people say they have, but it's really hard to inculcate, especially within a business, like an organization. But I'll break it down into the three main things that you need. Today, I went to a restaurant of my friends. It's called Mrs. Pho. It's a Vietnamese restaurant here in Singapore. And I was very impressed by the fact that they actually had robot waiters, robot servers. And that was something that I thought was an essential need, especially since manpower these days is getting scarcer, due to either society or manpower regulations by the government or by any other environmental or macroeconomic changes. We are in the middle of COVID right now. We don't know when it will end, but I'm starting to see these trends happening. I'm starting to see these changes being implemented in the industry, being implemented in businesses all around us. And I'm sure that you will see them too. So here's how to be adaptable. If you're a business, if you're an entrepreneur or a founder, watch on. Hey, don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like this video. More importantly, drop me a comment and subscribe so that you'll be notified of future videos just like this. So there are three main things that we need to work on as business owners in order to have an adaptable business. These three things. Number one is to have an open mind. A lot of business owners start to become very rooted in the way that they've been running their business, and that's a real risk. If you are stuck in a mindset of the past, or if you're stuck in a mindset that has been working for you, then that's going to be dangerous. I don't need to give you examples. Large corporate MNCs, large startups, large businesses have failed. And if we study history, we know that that's always going to happen. And it's a curve, right? It's a curve that goes up this way, and then the crash comes unexpectedly, but it happens. It happens to civilizations, it happens to businesses. What happens is people get rooted in the ways of the past, people get rooted into comfort, people get rooted into a non-adaptable mindset, and they start to lose sight of what's important. So if you don't have an open mind, I think that's one of the worst things to have. And the thing to do is to really make sure that we are always looking out for what's happening. The second thing that we need to do is to really hire adaptable people. There are two things that we need in order to scale businesses. The two things are people and processes. In super scaling the business that I run, teachers, entrepreneurs, business owners, founders, how to super scale their businesses. And I focus a lot on people. The people that you have on your team will make or break you. And it's really important to find people that are also adaptable. Because if you don't have adaptable people on your team, then it's really difficult for the organization to be adaptable. And to find people that are adaptable, we need to ensure that we both attract and interview the right people so that we can bring on board the people that have the skills of being adaptable. So this involves coming out with a hiring process, coming out with a hiring system to make sure that these attributes are tested for in the candidates that we are interviewing and ultimately bringing on board to our companies. The third thing is to really have a wide perspective. I've seen a lot of osmosis that's been happening in the various businesses that are around right now. When I was running Vodian, I think one of the things that we saw were that businesses were very siloed into the industries that they were in. Meaning, if you were in the web hosting industry and you only had the best practices that the web hosting industry had. These days, there is so much osmosis between like all kinds of different industries. And I think that's something that's a key trait of an adaptable business. If you are an adaptable business, not only do you look at what's been working right and what's been working well in your particular industry, you're also looking at other industries, other businesses that are in industries that are completely separate from yours, and you start to understand things that they are doing, and more importantly, looking at how you can transfer those back into your business, back into your industry. So, looking at robot servers. This is again my friend's restaurant, and she has introduced robot servers. Now that's a concept that's not new. In other industries, we see robots being used all the time, but in the F&B industry, in the food and beverage industry, it may not be something that's been new. But because of all these needs of the industry, because of all these macroeconomic trends and changes, the environment in which we are in, we can start learning from all these other industries and applying robotics and AI to our industry and using them to fulfill gaps that our own businesses face. And this is something that's not new. I've seen businesses where they were digital marketers and they brought digital marketing best practices into their industries. In Singapore, I love the example of Property Lim Brothers. Great channel, great business, essentially real estate agents that brought in videos, brought in digital marketing, internet marketing into their industry. Things that were prior, things that the real estate industry in Singapore did not do prior to this. And it took off fabulously for them. And I think these days, videos and creating marketing techniques, funnels and lead magnets and all those things are now becoming a common practice in the real estate market. And that took so long to break into. And I think that's something that a lot of businesses can learn from. I have clients in the education space that also took in digital marketing techniques, and they've seen results. They've made themselves, their businesses, a lot more adaptable as a result, because prior to them doing so, their industry did not have that. Their industry did not have digital marketing techniques. They did not have digital marketing best practices. And so their industry was a lot more traditional, a lot more conventional than other industries. So I think it's something that a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, founders can do. If you are running a business, you need to be adaptable. These are the three main points that you need to have. One is to be open-minded. Two is to hire the right kind of people, the adaptable people, right? And three is to really have that wide perspective to understand what's going on, not just in your industry, but in other industries as well, so that you can take the best practices from everything and bring them into your industry. This is something that I think has to be the case if you're thinking of scaling your business, and I hope this really helps you in your business. Now, I want to hear what you're doing. If you're doing something special in your industry, if you've seen what other industries and other businesses are doing and you're applying those best practices into your business, let me know what they are. I want to hear about them. I read all comments, so I'm very interested to see if you're doing so. If not, please start today. Start with these 3 points, and you'll be able to have an adaptable business that's able to ride the trends and to ride the changes, not just in your industry, but in the general business context, in the general societal context in which you're in. Once again, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, so that I know it helps. If you are looking at topics that I can help answer, let me know also. Drop me a comment so that I can work on those topics. I've created videos that help other viewers as well answer their questions. So if you have a question, I'd like to help answer that as well. Once again, my name is Alvin Poh. I run superscaling.com. So if you're interested in superscaling your business and getting it to the next level, go check it out. I have a book detailing my 5E scale engine, the framework that I use to superscale my business from $0 to $30 million. It didn't take me overnight, it took me 17 years. So if you're interested in a sustainable, scalable method to bring your business to the next level, then I highly encourage you to go check it out. I have a free downloadable playbook that you can download immediately. So go check that out, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.